What's going on, YouTube? This is Jimifanis, aka Viper Magic, with some Diablo 3 gameplay and discussion today. In case you've been living under a rock or not invested in Diablo 3 anymore, patch 2.1 is now live, at least for PC users. I know that it's going to be coming to the console later on. I'm not exactly sure when. But hey, we can still talk about it, right? So the big update in patch 2.1 are seasons. So very similar to the old ladder system, seasons are the new Diablo 3 reoccurring game mode that will basically reset everything and force the player to start fresh. That means all your items, all your gold, your artesian levels, everything you've ever found, Paragon level, gone. You start back with the rest of us on day one. The only difference is you don't have error 3007 or 3001 or whatever the hell it is when you log in. However, it is a fresh start. So there is some incentive to doing that. Specifically, new legendaries will be introduced at the beginning of a season. So for everybody who's thinking, I don't want to do this, there's some good news. After the season is done, whenever that is, I don't know, or maybe it's in the patch notes, I haven't found it, your character will roll into the rest of your other character pools. So all your stash stuff will be mailed to you, your gold will be combined, your character will just be one of the guys. So it's worth checking out at least for a while, knowing that your progress isn't just lost for all time. So for the people that venture into the seasons early, all your gear that you find, all the new legendaries and stuff, are available to you first. There's exclusive transmogrifications that are available for those who compete in each season. There's new achievements that are out there. And there are different rifts that are available, which will continuously progress and get harder. There's also leaderboards for people who can complete objectives in a certain amount of time or complete rifts in a certain time limit. So there's some neat leaderboard stuff there if you want to be one of the guys and say, hey, look, Mom, I'm number 734 on Rift 18 in Season 4. Now you can do it. So hell yeah. And also, there was a optional area that were called the cesspools, which were supposed to be part of the Reaper of Souls expansion that was not made into Final Cut for whatever reason. Those are now available as part of some of the greater rifts. So there's some cool stuff out there in the patch. You got the season. You got some new legendaries early on if you do the season. If not, you get them later. You got the leaderboards, etc. They really buffed up a lot of the game. They changed a ton of skills. They made life on hit work differently. They made life restore change. Barbarians different. I'm just reading through some of the patch notes here. The Barbarian continues to receive changes to increase elemental diversity, providing more ways to build your character. And there's a slew of abilities that they've changed. You know, the typical Diablo tweaking things. There's actually quite a lot as I'm skimming through these. It's pretty interesting. You know, it always makes me wonder with these games why these guys are constantly changing such a drastic sweeping in abilities. And don't get me wrong, when you have an online game like this where there is some element of competition, especially now with the upcoming seasons, it makes perfect sense that you're going to have to tweak things. But wow. I mean, really? We're changing the over-penetration skill rune is now cold damage instead of poison damage. Why? I mean, okay, great, I guess. But boy, if you were like me and you had played this game for a while and put it down and went on to other games and you came back, this is a brand new game. These patch notes read like a dictionary. I'm still scrolling through them while I'm talking to you guys, and every ability seems to have been touched in some capacity. Poison Dart is now 425, was 425% damage, now it's 565. Sacrifice has been redesigned, it now does a single dog at a time. Diamond Skins, absorption has gone from 71,000 to 93,337. Really? So I guess what I'm getting at here is, don't get me wrong, I think this is cool. I love the fact that they're adding new legendaries. I love the fact that we're thinking outside the box now, and we're doing some seasons. We're doing some competitive gameplay, trying to bring the interest back. You've got these new rifts and these new legendary gems, which can only be upgraded by completing legendary rifts, or greater rifts, whatever the heck they're calling them now. There's some new stuff and content that's coming to the game that I've already paid for that's absolutely free to me as the customer, and I love that. That's what I've always loved about Blizzard, is they do not leave their games flailing around. They still patch some of the old stuff, and they still make it fun, and they care. Now, this does tie into Blizzard's very long development time, so you're waiting 14 years or 10 years between Diablos. But hey, when it comes out, rest assured they are going to patch that game until Diablo 4 comes out sometime in 2020 something, probably. So, you know, that's cool and I like that, but as a guy who was hyped up for Diablo and really let down, and I think a lot of us were, it was great that Reaper of Souls came along and injected some really needed fresh air into this game. And it did make it fun again, and there was definitely, at least in my circle of friends, a Diablo renaissance in which we all came back, and we all made hardcore characters, and we all grinded rifts to get the Hellfire ring, which is probably 10 rings old now, but at the time that was the ring. And we had a ton of fun playing and exploring and getting the new legendaries and making really goofy builds, because legendaries gave us skills from other classes that we didn't have with our current class, and really cool, exciting features. And I like that. But, you know, when I read these patch notes, man, does it really change the game. And it is hard to take in. And I don't think it's hypocritical to say I appreciate that they're going out on a limb, they being Blizzard, going out on a limb to upgrade the gameplay and make some new changes. But this is a completely new game. This is not the Diablo that you guys played on launch. This is something very different now. And I'm surprised that there are so many changes coming, considering that I thought the game was in a pretty good state when Reaper of Souls came out. But maybe they felt like there needed to be even more changes. I feel as if sometimes the amount of hype into this game was so tarnished by how poorly the game was received initially that, short of, well, anything, they're not going to really get back the audience that they lost. And I think a lot of us will agree that we were all really deflated by the release of Diablo 3, especially after all the advances that Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction had made in character customization and in synergies and in rune words and a lot of really cool effects, crushing blow and bleeding damage and you name it, they programmed it in. And then to come to Diablo 3 initially and to lose a lot of that kind of stunk. So to turn around and add it all in again later is cool, but has the magic been lost? I don't know. That's for people to decide. Listen, Blizzard already got their money on this game. This game sold 10 zillion copies when it came out. So they keep adding to it. I mean, it's a testament to a great company. I have a Blizzard room in my house dedicated to all the cool artwork and lore behind this company. So I still stand behind their products and everything they do, but I don't know. I guess I'm on the fence about this Diablo thing, seeing how much it's changed. So, yeah, maybe I'll get back into it again. But, you know, all the grinding that I did with my Barbarian Cain, who was Paragon level pretty close to 100 at the time I quit, to turn around and lose a lot of that upgrades and some of those perks that I had, because they've changed things and now poison damage is fire damage, or my runes don't work or whatever. It's basically starting from scratch, which I guess ties into the whole season thing, because as you can see here, I'm just dorking around with the Witch Doctor. This is a brand new seasonal character I made. I'm just wrecking people trying the new abilities. And, you know, they did buff the Witch Doctor, which is awesome, because the Witch Doctor blew when the game came out. Is it too OP? You be the judge as I play. Again, this is normal. You know, there's no torment levels or anything associated with this. This is just boring old, I want to play from the beginning. So I don't know if Diablo's lost their touch or they're just really pushing it and people are really excited about this game. Like I said, my close circle of friends that I've pinged on this, they're interested, I guess, just to see what it's all about, but I don't know if that magic's been lost. Maybe it can't be recovered. Maybe it can. So, anything else that I'm skimming through the patch notes here while I talk with you guys?
Will not be found in this crypt, I think.
A lot of stuff. Boy, this is really a lot to take in. I will put a link to the patch notes in the bottom of my video so Brent can read it if he wants to. And you guys can take a look and be the judge and tell me what y'all think. Anyways, that's my thoughts on this new stuff. It's coming. It's here now. It's live. If you're a current console owner, you're going to get it soon. I don't even think it's in the Ultimate Edition that just came out for the new consoles. I don't know how this goes back to the old Diablo that they had for the old consoles. I don't know. I'm out of that. I'm a PC gamer on these kind of things. So at least the PC dudes got it, free of charge. Love it or hate it, it's here to stay. If you see a bunch of Diablo videos that I start posting in the next week, I guess I'll eat my words and say, you know what? Hell yeah, Blizzard did it again. But who knows? Destiny's coming out in another few days, and I gotta say I'm pretty damn excited about that one. So you'll be seeing a lot of content about that. Anyways, comment, rate, subscribe, or do nothing. That's okay too. Because, you know, if my YouTube video breaks over 25 cents profit total, I would think the server was somehow hacked. Anyways, thanks for watching. I love doing these things for all my friends. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to keep doing them whether you like it or not. And until then, I will see you guys on the other side.
Needs more time.